welcome to Mondays with Melissa. So how do you set up your estate plan to avoid conflicts between your children? We see this all the time. It starts with power of attorney and a healthcare proxy. Many people will sit down and tell me, I want to put all 3 of my children on the documents. Now, you can put 3 people on a power of attorney, but it can become very difficult to manage that. There's a choice to say that your powers of attorney have to act together or that they can act separately. Acting together really means acting together, and sometimes that can be tedious, especially in today's world where many family members are scattered across the country. So I will advise my clients to really think about who they're naming in their power of attorney, because that person should have some financial background. And if not financial background, then at least be financially savvy. You know, you're putting them in charge of handling all of your financial matters. So while I understand that people want to be fair and they feel like they're going to be leaving somebody out if they don't put all 3 on the document, it really is more important to make sure that it's the right person. This is the same with the healthcare proxy. Now in New York State, you can only have 1 healthcare agent at a time. So while you can put all 3 of your children on the document, you do have to put them in order. Who's going to be first? If they're not available or willing, who will be second, and so on. So if there is somebody who has a healthcare background, that may be the obvious choice. Some people say, let's just do it in age order so that I don't make anybody feel bad. But really, when it comes down to it, you want the right person. And I often will tell my clients, sit down and talk to your children about this and explain why you've done what you've done to avoid the conflict between them. This is the same when you're writing your will. Sometimes there's something that you want to leave to a particular child. For example, maybe there's a summer home that 1 child uses and the other 2 don't. So you want to leave that home to that child. Well, there are ways to make sure that everybody is being treated fairly, even if you choose to leave the house to that 1 child. We can retitle other assets to make sure that essentially the other children are being treated fairly in dollar amounts or perhaps a retirement account. So it's really important to talk to your attorney and to have that conversation. When I sit down with my clients, I want to know, why are you doing what you're doing? And what do you want the ultimate goal? Like, what's the ultimate goal? How do you want things to end up? And we will go through and make sure that we are treating everybody the way that you want them to be treated, which is why it's so important to do these documents, because otherwise it may not go the way you want it to. And this is your nest egg. This is what you've worked so hard for. So it's very important to really think about how you're doing these things and why. Put any questions into the comments. Please like and subscribe our YouTube channel, and I'll see you next week.